Hi, I'm Mike with Morgan Inspection Services. In this video, I want to talk to you about foundation settling, what's normal, what's not normal, and when settling might warrant further evaluation. If you're buying a home in Texas or in other parts of the country with expansive soils, then this is an important topic to understand. Let me start with some reassurance. In Texas, almost every house moves at least a little bit over time. Foundation movement by itself does not automatically mean that there's a serious problem. Most houses do show some amount of settling. That's normal. One simple way to think about this is soil moisture content. When the soil around a house gets wetter, it can expand. When it dries out, it can shrink. What's important to understand is that we're mostly talking about the soil moisture changes around the edges of the slab. The moisture level beneath the majority of the slab tends to stay relatively stable. It's the soil near the perimeter that experiences the biggest changes. Those changes around the edges can cause the slab foundation to move slightly up and down over time. Let's look at a quick example. I've got this cardboard here. When the soil gets wet, it expands. It pushes up on the slab. It does this. When it dries out, it contracts or shrinks, and therefore there's not as much support around the edges, and the edges of the slab can sag a little bit. And that's what causes most of the cracks in your home's walls, both the interior walls and the exterior walls. Obviously, a concrete slab is much stronger than a piece of cardboard. This is just a simple way to visualize how soil movement near the edges can affect a structure. Now let's talk about what normal settling often looks like. Normal settling can include things like stair-step cracks in the brick in the outside walls, small diagonal cracks above doors and windows. You can also have some cracks in ceilings or even in the concrete slab. You may notice doors and windows that stick a little bit, especially during certain times of the year. Sometimes there's a slight floor slope that you may or may not notice. Something important to keep in mind is that a little bit of floor slope does not necessarily indicate settling. I've measured the levelness of many floors, and even in some new houses, I've measured up to 1 to 1.5 inches of difference in the height of the slab from one part of the house to another. So sometimes the house or the foundation was simply built this way. These types of conditions are very common, especially in older homes. By themselves, they usually aren't a cause for alarm. Now let's talk about what starts to deserve closer attention. Some things don't automatically mean there's a serious problem, but they may warrant further evaluation. This can include cracks that keep reopening after repair, multiple cracks or indications that are concentrated in the same area of the house, doors or windows that don't latch at all, noticeable separation at walls, ceilings, or trim, or larger slab cracks rather than the simple hairline cracks. In general, larger cracks are more indicative of a potential problem than small hairline cracks are. Again, these don't necessarily mean that the house is falling apart. They're just indicators that more information might be needed. This is where experience matters. One of the things I take into account when deciding whether settling may warrant further evaluation or not is the age of the home. If I see multiple cracks or other indicators of movement in a house that's only 1 or 2 years old, I'm much more likely to recommend further evaluation of the foundation. On the other hand, if I see the same types of cracks in a house that's 40 or 50 years old, I may very well decide that what I'm seeing represents normal settling over time. I see some amount of settling on almost every house that I inspect, but I would say that probably in less than about 1 out of 10 houses do I see settling that I feel might be excessive, or at least that it warrants further evaluation by a foundation specialist. That means that most of the settling that I see falls within what I would consider a normal range for the area and for the age of the house. It's also important to understand the home inspector's role. A home inspector observes and documents visible conditions. We look for patterns, consistency, and red flags based on experience. We're not diagnosing foundation design, calculating movement, or declaring a foundation good or bad. The goal is to determine whether the observed conditions are typical or whether further evaluation by a qualified specialist makes sense. Further evaluation may be recommended when there are signs of significant movement, structural concerns, safety issues, or simply when a buyer wants additional peace of mind. One common mistake buyers often make is hearing the word settling and immediately assuming the worst. But not all settling is bad, and not all cracks are created equally. Context matters. Some movement is normal. Serious problems are the exception and not the rule. Don't let a small amount of normal settling scare you away from an otherwise good house. That's where a calm, experienced home inspector can help provide context and guidance. If you're looking to buy a house and it has a little bit of settling, get some guidance from your home inspector. They've got experience and they've seen probably thousands of homes and can give you some good guidance. But just because it has a few cracks is not an indication of a bad foundation necessarily. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I really appreciate you watching. Have a great day.